Welcome into another, so I move my mic a little closer. There we go. Welcome into another off-season edition of the IdahoSports.com Prepcast. We're joined by Shea McClellin, which is a name Idaho fans and residents will certainly recognize. Former Marcine High standout, Boise State Broncos, and then a pretty nice NFL career as well with the Chicago Bears and the New England Patriots. Shea, thank you for joining us. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's been a busy last year for you, right? You went through some big changes and moved back to the Gem State.
Yeah, finally moved back. I went to California for a couple of years, just extended vacation, I guess. It's more what it was like. But it was fun, I kind of started my pickleball down there, and, unfortunately I don't get as much time to play up here. I was playing like 6 days a week down there. But I don't get that anymore. But I'm glad to be back. Family's here, wife's family's here, and it's home. So it's good to be back.
Yeah, pickleball is hot right now. That is a game that is growing popular. For those that don't know, what is pickleball?
It's like a mix between tennis and ping pong, and I would just say those two, tennis and ping pong. It's like the fourth of size of a tennis court. All right, you can fit 5 or 4 pickleball courts on one tennis court. And it's kind of like tennis, I guess you would say, in regards to like not scoring, but just the way you play it, I guess. But it's like with a little kind of wiffle ball looking ball. And it's super fun. And I think a lot of people picked it up, when coronavirus started. And they kind of just kept playing after that. So
in Western Idaho, where you're at, is pickleball really caught on, or is it still kind of developing?
Yeah, for sure. They are actually just this weekend. There's like a big tournament for to qualify for nationals. So yeah, I mean, there's like 900 people from Northwest out here. So it's pretty intense. And I actually have a match, I have a tournament on Sunday. Men's doubles I'm playing, but I just got injured today, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So despite not playing professional football anymore, you're still getting those old sports injuries, huh?
Trying, yeah, man. I guess I should stretch. I'm not as young as I used to be, so sometimes I just don't stretch. I just go out there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. So, but, learn my lesson.
Yeah, for sure. So it's been a couple of years since you last played in the NFL. You mentioned that you started playing pickleball and were living in California, and now you're back home closer to family. How nice is that to be kind of back where you grew up?
Yeah, it's great. It really is. I got my entire family's here. My wife's entire family's here, and they've been a lot of help. And it's just great to be around them again. Because we haven't been ever since we got out of college. We went straight to Chicago and then to Boston. And then we came back here for about a year. And then we just went out to California, like I said, for extended vacation. But we enjoyed it out there. And, but it was just time. I think it was right for us to be back. Now that we have 3 kids and such, it's just, the right time to be back by family.
For sure. I can hear one of your kiddos in the background, and we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I told them to be quiet, but I'm background noise. I can turn my let me turn this down a little bit.
You're totally fine. It's
my gain's probably too high on my mic, so we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully it's not too bad.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So you moved back to Idaho, and you didn't really waste any time. I noticed on Twitter right away you were kind of soliciting, hey, are there any football jobs out there? What's the market looking like? You got right to hustling.
I mean, Twitter's been my best outlet for that kind of thing. I just get on there and I put whatever out there, and then people respond to me, and we kind of just go from there. And yeah, like you said, I put I was looking for a coaching gig, not to be a head coach. I thought I might want to be, but just thinking about it again, I wanted to take a different direction for now, at least for a couple years. So I was kind of looking for a step up from what I've been doing. And, obviously when I first came back, I coached linebackers at Mountain View for a year. And then we moved to California, and then I coached linebackers out in Corona Del Mar. It's in Newport Beach. And then the year after that, they didn't have a season because of the coronavirus. So I kind of got out of it. And then we moved back here. So I was like, hey, I'm trying to, I'm looking for, my kids are yelling back here. So I'm about to get up and go smack them a little bit. Pretty bad. Sorry about that. But
No, it's fine.
yeah, so we moved back here and I was like, hey, I'm looking, for a coaching gig. And, I got a lot of offers for bigger schools. But just, it was more of the same thing I've been doing. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to take the next step, be a coordinator. And also I wanted to go to the other side of the ball. It's been like a goal of mine just to be an offensive coordinator. I think it's just exciting for me. It's kind of, I look at it, on defense, you're limited to so much you can do on defense. You know what I mean? But on offense, you're limitless. You know what I mean? So it's exciting for me. And honestly, this is the most fun. We just started a month ago with summer stuff. And this is the most fun I've had coaching. So it's been really fun.
Yes. You end up getting hired at Coal Valley Christian.
Yeah.
And how quickly did that process come to fruition from the time you were searching for a job?
It was probably about a month and a half. I had to kind of look at everything, if I wanted to be a head coach or not. I had a couple opportunities to look into that. To interview for that. And, I didn't want to take that step quite yet. I wanted to be more of the coordinator role. So, but I was going back and forth. I was like, hey man, should I take this step? But I just don't think it was right. I don't want to rush things. And, so when the time is right, I think that'll come. But for now, Coal Valley they were the only school that had an offensive coordinator position. And, that played a big part for me. And like, for me, I don't care what size school it's at. You know what I mean? I think, this is a great opportunity for me and, for the kids to learn. And, I can teach them stuff that, I didn't know at their age. So I think it's good, especially for these smaller school kids. If I was, in high school and I was able to be coached by an NFL player and, we got Camper on the other side of the ball, coaching defense. And so together, you got an NFL player, you got a former D1 player. It's like, man, I would love that if I'm a kid, you know what I mean? Like just to learn from these guys. And, I'm not trying to talk myself up. I hate doing that, but just looking at it from their perspective, I think it's really cool for them.
Yeah, absolutely. The experience is going to be invaluable. And like you said, the size of the school doesn't really matter. You played at a small, similar high school to Coal Valley at Marcy. Mm-hmm. How much has changed since the last time, when you were playing high school football was so long ago? Yeah. What has changed now that you're really back immersed in high school football?
Even at the 2A level, they're doing so much now in the ridiculous. One sec. I got to go get these guys up real quick. All right. There we go. Jeez. All right.
No worries.
Anyways, we were talking about, what has changed? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we can edit that out. If not, it's whatever. That's what makes live great, stuff like
that.
Right. So, so much. I remember when I was in high school, we never did summer football. It was we were always just playing basketball. We didn't even have a lift program, when I was there. It was always just, we played summer ball and that's what we did as a team, or we played, you went and did club baseball or, stuff like that. So nowadays it's like, hey man, we're getting, like once summer starts, it's football season, we're getting cracking. We're lifting 4 days a week. We're doing 7-on-7 versus other schools. So, and we have practice, a couple days a week. So it's really, unique nowadays. And, but it's good. It's good for, all the football programs out there. Cause that's what other states are doing and they've been doing for years. You know what I mean? The big schools, California, Texas, Florida, that's what they do. Football's just, almost year round nowadays. So that's the big difference for sure.
Yeah. To stay competitive, you've got to be keeping up on 7-on-7s and summer camps. And your players at Coal Valley, I know sometimes the team will go to like a university hosted like team camp. Was there anything like that?
We were going to go to the BSU camp, but we decided not to. That was, I think, a couple weeks ago. But we do have a camp coming up. I think it's at Emmett So Emmett's going to be there, and as far as I know, I think Parma, maybe Columbia, and then another school. So yeah, that'll be a good opportunity for us to actually get the pads on and do some real football instead of doing this 7-on-7 stuff that we've been doing. So.
Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
we're in the off season where guys are trying to get their football work in, but especially at a 2A school, they're trying to get their basketball work in, their track work as well.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the tough thing at a small school is that these kids play other sports, and it's going on during the summer. And that's the tough thing, to get these kids out there, doing what we want them to do, but they also have other sports. And I love that they're doing other sports. I'm not against that. I think they should be doing other sports. I think it's great for kids to do multiple sports, but I think right now it's football season. You know what I mean? So whenever football is, you get out there, you play football, and then it's only 4 days a week. You know what I mean? And then the other days you can go do your basketball tournament, you can go do your baseball, whatever it is. But when we have football, it's football. It takes a lot more to build chemistry and learn offense and defense, in football rather than these other sports. You know what I mean? I mean, we got 22 guys out there, 11 on each side, that we're trying to get these guys, and we have brand new stuff going in. So we need as many guys as we can there right now. You know what I mean? And it's different than basketball. There's only 5 guys out there, and you can get everything done in a couple of days. You know what I mean? Setting that stuff up for tournaments, whatever. Like, I can draw up a play and you can go run it. It's not like that in football. You know what I mean? Like, it takes time. We got to get on the board. We got to walk through it and that kind of thing. And there's so many little details that it's tough. So yeah, that's been the tough part of this small school, is just juggling kids playing other sports. And obviously it's summer now, so kids want to parents want to take their kids to go vacation, and that's all groovy, man. We're good with that. But just, make sure you're in there, you're studying the playbook and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, for sure. So you're going to be on the offensive side of the ball. Now at the 2A level, there's a lot of kids that will go both ways, right? They'll play a position on offense and defense. Are you going to be able to tap into all that experience you had as a defensive player as you're talking to your offensive players and say like, hey, I noticed this defensively? Anything like that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm helping out with the D line, so I'm kind of like I'm the offensive coordinator, but also like the D line coach. So, and Camper's doing the same thing. He's helping out with tight ends. So definitely, I'm going to be, trying my best. It's going to be tough, obviously, because when we're on defense, I'm going to be wanting to, see what's working, see what's not working. I'm going to have to go through my head, but at the same time, I have to, see how the D line's doing and make adjustments there too. So it's definitely. Something I'm going to have to get used to, and it's going to have to, happen during the season. But I'll get there. You know what I mean? Like, I got to adjust and get used to this small school ball for sure.
For sure. Let's talk quickly about big time ball at Boise State. Have you been following the program, or do you kind of, once you moved on?
Sure. Yeah, always following. And I talk to those guys, the coaches, because I know a lot of those guys. Duran, Matt Miller, Kyrie's there, and Avalos. I know those guys, and I'm always communicating with them. And obviously I'm on the offense side of the ball, so I'm always like, bugging Matt, like, hey, help me out, bro. Like, what you got for these receivers, man? Help me out, So I'm there. I'm talking to those guys a lot for sure.
Yeah, Matt Miller. So I'm from Montana, like Matt Miller is, and I got to broadcast a couple of his high school games when he was on camp. Oh man, best natural athlete I think I've ever seen. He just glides out there. He makes it look so easy, doesn't he?
Makes it look so easy, and he's got such good hands. It's ridiculous, man. Yeah. This cut for sure.
So you're tapped into Matt Miller. Are there any other coaches you're kind of reached out to and talking to?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to Duran, and I've talked to Avalos a lot, actually. He's been really good at, getting former guys and communicating with alumni better than it's ever been. So he's definitely on top of it as far as, former player goes. So it's been really awesome to see. And obviously there's a bunch of excitement right now, with Avalos and all these former Broncos coming back to coach. So it's gonna be fun to watch, and fun to see how it progresses.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So let's transition into what you're doing on YouTube and social media. You've got all this sports memorabilia behind you in the background.
Yeah. Those are
For
my favorite teams up there. So,
yeah,
that's where it's at. Been a Mariners guy forever, a Lakers guy. The good thing about Idaho, growing up in Idaho, you get to kind of choose who, like I didn't grow up in Denver, so I don't have to be a Bronco fan. You know what I mean? So I get to choose. And, the crazy thing is when I was really young, I opened up a basketball pack, and I don't even have the card anymore, but it was a Kobe rookie card, and it's worth like a ridiculous amount of money now. But I didn't keep it. But ever since I got that card, I've always been just a Kobe fan. And, he was always on the Lakers. So I was a Laker fan. So it hurt me when LeBron came over because I was always a Kobe guy. You know what I mean? So when he came over, I was like, oh, I have to root for LeBron. I can't do it. But, he got us a ship. So I was happy. But still, it's being a Kobe guy, it's hard to root for LeBron. But yeah, anyways, YouTube, talk about YouTube. Yeah, we do like a trading card where we open trading card packs, from retail stores or local card shops. There's a few local card shops around here in Idaho. And we just, we open the set, kind of see what we get. And we review the set for viewers or to see if, maybe if they're into that kind of thing, they can go out there and get their own if they like, what they see. And that's kind of what we've been doing. And we have it's 208_BR8, the number 8, and then KZ, 208 breaks. That's what we do on that. And we also, we have our Twitter and we have our TikTok, and we do a bunch of fun giveaways. I was just at the Boys and Girls Club today doing a bunch of giveaways with those kids and talking to those kids and, signing autographs, even though I'm old and washed up, it was still fun to get out there and, just, give some cards to kids and talk to them about football. So it was a lot of fun, and that's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah. So what made you develop the interest into, you've always had sports cards and trading cards, but what made you decide to start to document, hey, here's a new pack I've got?
Man, so I'm also into like Pokemon and like Dragon Ball Z cards, and Pokemon is really big right now. I was just opening so many packs. I was like, why don't I just record what I'm doing, and like once I get these crazy hits, like I'm reacting, me and my kids are opening packs. We're like, oh yeah, this is crazy. And I was like, why don't I just, start recording it? Might as well. I mean, I got nothing else to do besides, coach football, and that doesn't take all day. It takes a lot, but so in my free time, when I'm not coaching, do that. Either, some videos are with my kids. We do more Pokemon stuff, but they've done some sports. And then most of it is with my buddy Riley. And we do a lot of sports. And so I was like, let's just start recording it and see what happens. And it's kind of took off, man. It's been, I think we have 270 subscribers, and we've been going at it over a month and a half. So pretty good initial start. And, it's not like we're trying to go viral or anything. We're just trying to share our hobby and, review some product for people and, kind of see what we get, see what we pull, and, kind of share our hobby with everyone else.
Yeah, I watched the video of on Father's Day. You opened up a bunch of new packs with your son.
Yeah.
And like one of the first cards you pull out is like Bryce Harper for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
And it was so cute. He's like, hey, our friend's Harper.
Yeah. I was like, hey, Bryce Harper. He's like, hey, my friend's Bryce. I was like, yeah, not this guy, but yeah, you have a friend named Bryce.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it's fun, man. He gets into it. It's fun when I have my son, because he just talks the whole time. So I don't even have to say anything. So he's just sitting next to me talking. I'm just flipping through cards. And if we get a hit, we react, obviously. But, he's always just talking, and he's always telling side stories and stuff. He's like, yeah, the other day I was working at my grandpa's and, hit my lip and this happened. I'm like, dude, like, all right, I guess you can tell whatever you want to do. But, it's funny. It's a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. So how do you know when you're breaking open a pack? How do you know you've gotten a good card?
Just being in the hobby, you kind of get to know what's good and what's not. Obviously, the big players, nowadays that are hot. A lot of rookie cards, football, basketball, or baseball. If you get some, like, obviously, like basketball, for instance, the top three are going to be LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, and Tyrese Halliburton. And if you pull any of those, I mean, most of the time it's going to be a good hit. But if you pull one that's numbered, that's an even better hit. If you pull one that has an auto on it, that's an even better hit. And if you pull one that's auto and has a number that's like 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 5, like that's, a great hit. And so a couple of weeks ago, we opened this Kobe redemption pack, and I actually got it off of eBay because it was for people that had redemption cards. He had assigned Kobe card, but obviously, unfortunate events happened. He died in a helicopter crash, so they couldn't give the Kobe autos, so they give these redemption packs away. And we pulled this 1-of-1 LeBron James Kobe tribute Black Mamba snakeskin, and it was like the biggest hit we've ever pulled. And we weren't even like, we didn't react that much. We were more shocked than everything. Like, wait a second, is this real? 1-of-1 LeBron James. So we pulled that, and we sent it to the auction, Golden Auction. So it's actually going to be going to auction here within a month. And the guy said, we can get probably at least $50K, if not up to, $300K. So you never know what's going to happen. So, I mean, it was just insane, and we were more shocked than anything. So, that's the kind of stuff that we're doing. We're just, pulling cards. And sometimes, honestly, hitting that 1-on-1 LeBron is like hitting the lottery and trading cards. That was just, a lot of luck there. But most of the time you get lucky with, hey, you'll pull a $1,000 card, or, I just pulled Anthony Edwards a couple of weeks ago. That was like, 3,500, worth 3,500. Like, it's crazy, man. It's pretty popular right now. And, I'm a big collector of like basketball, little baseball, and, actually Formula One. I've been collecting some Formula One. I never thought I would love racing, but I've gotten into Formula One, and now I started collecting cards Formula One. And Formula One is actually a lot of fun to watch. It's crazier. I never thought I would, watching any racing growing up. I was like, no, it's boring. But I've got into Formula One, and I can thank the Netflix show for that. And there's a Formula One. And ever since I started watching that show, I was like, oh, I have to watch these real races. And now I'm like into it. It's crazy, man. I never thought I would be into racing, but super fun and intense to watch. So
yeah, Formula One's a little more nuanced than like NASCAR. NASCAR, you got these big bulky cars.
Yeah.
Formula One, they're a little more slimmer, can maneuver a little more.
Yeah, they're way low to the ground. They go super fast. Like, it doesn't look like they're going fast, but they are cruising. You know what I mean? And when they crash, it's serious. So yeah, it's super fun to watch. And like, qualifying, which they do on Saturdays, is actually almost more fun to watch than the actual race itself, because they're trying to qualify to get in like the top positions, because usually if you qualified 1 through 4 or whatever, you're gonna have the best shot to win the race the next day. So qualifying is a lot of fun to watch. So it's just, in general, it's just a lot of fun. I never thought I would like it, but here I am. That's why never.
Right. Fun enough to watch. Would you ever try it?
Oh, I don't think I could, but maybe if they got me like a little passenger seat, that'd be pretty cool. If one of them drivers was driving, the professionals, yeah, but if I was driving, definitely not. I would not. But yeah, definitely would be fun, just to get up to like 230 miles per hour. That would be sweet.
I feel like after driving around that Boise metro area, you're pretty much well equipped to.
Oh my God. Don't even get me started on that.
How much? Yeah, how much is where you grew up changed from when you were there last?
So much. Even Highway 55, like, we used to take that to Nampa all the time, from where we lived. And like, now it's like there's a light on every intersection. It's super packed, and there's all these businesses going up in 55. And now you got Nampa, where there's Target, there's Costco, there's Dick's Sporting Goods, there's Best Buy, all in that little area. And that's so crowded right now. And just the freeway changing, they have 3-4 lanes now. And, it's wild. It is absolutely wild out here. And, don't even get me started on Eagle Road, because, everyone on Twitter, I go off on Twitter. All right. On Eagle Road, I cannot stand Eagle Road. Speed limit is 50. All right. we're going 35 max. Like, can they up the speed limit to like 80 so we actually go 50? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here, people? Like 50, come on. But, I mean, there's just so many people. It's hard to go the speed limit. So, yeah, I mean, it's nowadays crazy. It's growing fat. I mean, I remember when I was in the league, I would come back, after like a year, and I'm like, geez, there's a lot of people here now. Like, what is going on? And moving back from California, I'm like, yep, all right, there's a bunch of people. So,
right,
wild for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned the league. Do you follow the NFL at all still, or are you kind of detached from that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not big on. I'm more do like fantasy and watch some friends and stuff. I don't really follow it. That much. I'm not like a super fan or anything. I follow like I said, my friends, and then some guys that I played with and stuff like that. I'll text them here and there, like, yo, I need fantasy points. Come on. Be a stud this week. And tease them a little bit. But other than that, no, I'm not too big. I'm more of like obviously Boise State. I watch them a lot. But that's it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we're super excited that you took some time to talk with us today. It's super exciting to know that you're going to be back on the sidelines this fall at some of our high school games. What do you think about the conference? I think it's going to be a tough league this year.
It is. I mean, we have 5 teams in our league: us, Marcy, New Plymouth, Melba, and Nampa Christian. And it is going to be tough. I watched some. Obviously, I don't know the teams that well. I know a lot of the teams run that wing tee on offense, so I'm glad I'm not on defense trying to scheme for that, because that is just a nightmare. So I'll just leave that up to Camper, and I'll do my thing on offense. But yeah, I mean, a lot of tough teams, and 2A's the tough farm kids, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be a challenge for sure. But we're looking forward to it, and we can't wait to get these games rolling. But we got a few months away. But it will come up here quick. And I think anything is up for grabs in the league. Honestly, I don't know, how do you rank any of the teams? You know what I mean? So like, it can go either way. You can see, one team winning the whole thing, and the next team, or any of the 5 teams have a shot. You know what I mean? And I don't think there's a clear front runner this year. It's in the 2A. So your job's going to be hard for you. All right, so sorry.
Yeah.
Bold predictions coming, because it's going to be tough to predict the 2A for sure. But yeah, it'll be fun.
And what's it going to be like going up against your alma mater, Marcy? School where you played for?
Oh man, honestly, I cannot wait. I'm kind of upset because when I went on Twitter, no one from Marcy contacted me. I mean, not that I would have went out there. It would have been kind of cool, I'm not saying I would have accepted it, but I'm just saying no one hit me up and no one contacted me. So I was kind of surprised, and I was upset as well. So, I'm looking forward to that game for sure. I have that circled. So at least I do. I don't know about the kids, but I do.
Yeah, for sure. The kids will have every game circled. That's
yeah, definitely.
Right on. Shea McClellin, trading card extraordinaire, offensive coordinator at Coal Valley Christian, and pickleball semi-pro, not an actual
and pickleball amateur. I was trying to get to that pro, but I can put that on the back burner. Maybe I could be a senior pro one day, after I'm like 55.
There you go.
We'll see,
And IndyCar shotgun rider, right? You can add your Twitter.
Yes, sir. I would love to do that for sure. I'm gonna try to check that the race that comes out. They only have one U.S. race a year, and that's in Austin. And actually, they're adding another one in Miami next year, so I'm gonna try to hit that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, that wasn't relevant to anything, but yeah.
Right. And I guess I think I said IndyCar, but Formula One.
Yeah, Formula One. Kind of the same thing, but
right.
Formula One's a little bit, worldwide, I guess.
Right.
Sure.
Real quick again, give us your YouTube channel and your Twitter handle and your social.
Yeah, they're all the same. Our Twitter, our TikTok, and our YouTube is gonna be 208 and then underscore BR, the number 8, and then KZ. So it's 208 breaks.
All right. So,
And so I had a card somewhere. I don't. Oh, here we go. Here, I'll just move my camera in the back here. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
208 breaks. That
right
makes
by Squirtle.
Yeah, but there's an underscore in between the 208 and the breaks. But that's it right there. Yep, right by Squirtle. You got Pikachu and Charmander down there. So
cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Shea McClellin, thanks for the time. Good luck this fall. Hopefully we run into you on the sidelines.
Yeah, for sure. I'll see you around there, I'm sure. So thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Fun times.